Good morning, everybody, and welcome to the seminar, the EDITE seminar, State of the Art of Research in Teacher Education. The EDITE project is a project funded by the European Union that began last year, and we are in the process of developing a doctoral program for teacher education. So the project has several activities. One of them is this seminar, which is an open seminar. And so we are very pleased that you were able to come, and hopefully we will have a very productive day, lots of discussion, and hopefully some clarification and some new ideas about how to proceed with this work of preparing this doctoral program. So to welcome you, we have with us our Vice Director, Professor Dr. Rogério Gaspar from the new University of Lisbon. So please.
Thank you very much. Good morning and welcome everybody in the room and the ones that are following us in their respective offices. First of all, I would like, before giving the welcome and saying some words about the importance for us of this meeting, to tell you that you are in a Reborn university. This is, in fact, a new and different university from 3 months ago, formally, not because we have changed or were genetically transfected during summer. Summer is very nice in Portugal, but not for those issues. But because in the last 3 years, the University of Lisbon and the Technical University of Lisbon have done what is not common in Portugal and other countries in the university system, is to put two big universities talking to each other and deciding by themselves and not imposed by governments or reforms or whatever external areas, to decide by themselves to join forces and to merge as a new Reborn university. The University of Lisbon, reborn last July, is currently the biggest Portuguese university by all rankings, and it's for the first time, I would say, in the Portuguese history, a global university in the major indicators. As you know, and you are linked to research and to universities, we are during August the publication of two major rankings, the CIMAGO and the Shanghai ranking. And if you look at the two rankings, you can then, and it was done very extensively, that analysis, that this new university is not only the first in Portugal, but it's also either the first or the second in Iberia, according to the different rankings, and also either the second or the fifth in the Iberian Latin American space, according to the rankings. And irrespective of the rankings, one of the top 100 or even one of the top 50 universities in Europe. So the dimension of this university is, of course, critical for a number of projects, but it's not enough. One of the major important issues that we are driving right now in research, but also in other areas, is to foster not only interdisciplinary and transdisciplinary research, but also to move the university towards society and to have a real impact in society. And the motto of this new university is from Lisbon to the world, and when we say to the world, first and all, it's outside of the walls of the university and then outside of the country. So I can tell you that in my new job, in the last month and a half, it's been quite interesting, and the last 2 days have been also quite interesting, because yesterday I was telling to an audience of organic chemists how important they are in the green chemistry and the impact they can have in the environment and in society. And we had some colleagues from the McGill University and from Switzerland and from Germany, which are top leaders in that area. And last night I finished my job here at the university with an European conference about research on the importance of parents in the educational system. So when I restart again with your meeting, for me it makes a lot of sense to start this welcoming to say how important your job is in terms of having a major impact in how society is shaped and built from the past through the present to the future, And of course, university will have to play a major role in now from research to the real impact in the educational system to make that transformation. So I would say that for us, it's quite important to see that impact not only from our university, but also from partner universities, and we are more and more eager to cooperate with other universities in these different areas. So the societal impact of your research for us is very important. But also to say that this is a quite important moment because, at least for European universities and for European research centers, we are all looking to the next 7 years in a strategic way. And the next 7 years will be, because they are shaped by the framework program, now recalled Horizon 2020, and the number of initiatives coming from the European Commission, but also from other partners. The European Parliament and other bodies have been very active in making the point that research needs to have an impact in society and research needs to have an impact in economy. And of course, we don't have a major impact in economy and training of people and new skills and new jobs if you don't have a solid educational system. So for us, the next 7 years, in terms of what is the merger between research and the educational system, it's very important in building new networks, in looking at lifelong learning as a job of the university, as a part of our profile in terms of having impact in those areas. And I could refer a number of examples, but probably the one I know best from the last 6-7 years, and I would like to use as an example, but just as an example, has been what was done in the last 6-7 years through a public-private partnership funded by the European Commission through FP7 and through funding from the pharmaceutical industry in Europe, which is called the Innovative Medicines Initiative. It was built with a 2 billion euros program, and it's now being reborn with a 3.75 billion euros program for the next 7 years. But if you look at the program and you go through the site, you see how important they think, and they have now 5 networks in advanced training for different areas, and looking specifically at issues like lifelong learning. So lifelong learning and some of the issues that you are going to discuss in this meeting is not only important for you, for your research, for your job, but it's of major importance for society in a transversal manner. So I welcome you and the effort that you are doing here during this meeting, and just drawing your attention for all of us that are not doing research in the educational system, how important we think that your job is for our future. And thank you very much for being in Lisbon.
Okay, thank you.
Now, if you could show, because now I'm going to present the program. Oh, obrigada, professor. So good morning again. I'm Anna. I'm sorry. I'm going to put my name here. João Pedro, dá-me aí Ana Paula Curado. Podes-me dar isso. And I'm going to present the agenda for today. So, in the morning, after the welcome, it was not by the rector, but the vice rector for, I'm sorry. After the welcome from the vice rector for research, I will present EDITE because I am EDITE coordinator at the University of Lisbon, and then we will have a keynote presentation by Carrie Smith until 11:15, and at 11:15 the debate, we aimed to provoke mostly debates about these issues, so we'll have debate and then a coffee break. Afterwards, we'll begin again with the panel presentations from the universities that belong to this consortium, beginning with a table with the University of Lisbon and the University of Innsbruck, papers will be presented regarding the issues related to research in teacher education. And then we'll have lunch after the debate. The work will begin again at 2:30 with the other 3 institutions of our consortium presenting papers. And then the debate will be open, and we will have a new coffee break at 4 o'clock. And after this coffee break, at at 4:15, we will have 3 workshops. So we would like very much for you to stay in the afternoon and work in these workshops. The themes of the workshops are in your program. And the venues will be here, and also at the end of this corridor, the Senate Hall. We will explain it in the afternoon. Then these workshops will have moderators, and the conclusions of the workshops will be presented at the final panel, which will be at 5:30. And lastly, we will have final remarks by the NTEP representative, president, which is Romita Yuku, which is also part of our consortium. We inform you that you already know, of course, that this seminar is being transmitted via streaming, and so participants can intervene online, and I will go there to see from time to time if there are some kind of interventions. So let's work. And it's me again, I'm sorry, because now I'm going to present the EDITE project. Just a few words about the EDITE project. So, this is the EDITE project. This means education, sorry. It is an Erasmus-funded project with duration of 2 years from 2012 until 2014, and our main aim is to develop a joint doctoral program in teacher education. A joint doctoral program with a focus on 2 things. On one hand, an European focus on teacher education research, and on the other hand, a very big relationship between practitioners and academic people. So these are our main focus. The consortium is composed by the University of Innsbruck. They are represented here by Markus Schratz. They are the project coordinators and leaders. Then the University of Hungary, the University of Budapest, in which here are represented 2 participants. Then the University of Lower Silesia in Poland, also presented here by 2 participants. In the University of Lisbon, I will present the team afterwards, and the University of Bucharest, also with the 2 participants. We have a big advisory board made by NTEP, European Network for Teacher Education Policies. And in fact, this project was born in NTEP, and about the discussions about what are we talking about when we talk about teacher education in Europe? What is a European teacher? How do we do research to build an European teacher? And so it was Michael that was the motor of this discussion. I'm not going to talk about the curriculum, just saying that he will be European-focused and negotiated between the concepts of all the partners. And our curriculum is enriched by some activities. One of them is a consultation process that we do with stakeholders. I already done it here at the University of Lisbon. Also, we organize joint seminars. This is the first one about the state of the art. And then the last one to conclude the project will be in Budapest, so that we can construct a common knowledge on this big issue. And so, for the contacts, we have the Lisbon team. The Lisbon team is, I am the institutional coordinator. Of course, João Pedro from the Institute of Education, the dean of the institute, is the scientific coordinator in the EUL team. Also, Luís Tinoco, who is there from the Teacher Education Department, and Cecilia Galvão, which is not here. But the project leader, if you could please stand up, Michael. So the project leader is Michael Schatz from the University of Istanbul. Any questions? I cannot believe this. Sorry. The University of Innsbruck, of course. And so if you have any questions, you can ask him directly. Thank you for your attention. And now I give the floor to Carrie Smith, which is our keynote speaker, and will be presented by João Pedro. Thank you very much.